Hey, we're live. Welcome to another episode of the State of Emergency podcast, the newest English speaking podcast in the Czech Republic. Coming back with you with another podcast. Welcome. How's everybody doing, man? How are things? I think this is the newest English podcast in the Czech Republic, English speaking podcast. And what's great about having a podcast like this is that I love it that you could just click go live and you can just go. The show starts and you can talk whatever topic that you want to, right? And yeah, so it's late in the autumn season here. It's actually the first official day of autumn in the Czech Republic. The weather is still holding out. It's good, and we're actually, uh, going into a big holiday this weekend, Saint Wenceslas Day. It's coming. The holiday comes to the Czech Republic next Tuesday to celebrate the patron saint of Saint Wenceslav. He was killed by his younger brother, and in a town called Stara Boleslav, and then he was made a saint. And in the Czech Republic, the celebration is celebrated throughout the Czech Republic as the patron saint. Um, there's many legends that are surrounding him. There's many that he will be the savior if the Czech Republic gets into a really dark place. He will come and be the hero and save everybody from destruction. So he's a kind of one of the major players in Czech history. He's a he's a It's a big celebration. They usually have a church mash, a church mass in his honor to celebrate his life and to remember the history about him. And now that it's coming up into the weekend, though, what are everybody's plans for the weekend? Wherever you're listening, I hope you have a chance to get out, enjoy the weekend. Get out of the major towns and go for a trip, spend time with family, eat some good food, relax, and yeah, and then you will be able to rejuvenate your energy so that you have you know getting into the colder months of the Czech Republic. I mean, the problem with Czech Republic in as far as weather goes, I mean, it's hard to plan your days sometimes because in one instance it'll be hot, the next instance it'll be really cold, then it'll be hot again, then it'll start raining. So it's very hard to kind of dress for the occasion sometimes because the weather is so volatile that it changes sometimes every hour within the day. But um and also when it changes the seasons, sometimes it's a slow process, and then one day it's just either extremely cold, in the minus, or it's extremely hot before the summer and or in the summer, and then people melt like ice cream when it's hot, and but the winters here are kind of mild. There's some snow, and yeah, man, dude, I hate the snow in the city. Okay. I like the snow when it's up in the mountains, right? You're in the mountains, you're chilling, you're relaxing, and you're skiing, and you got hot tea, and you're on holiday, and you're there for about a week, and you're just relaxing in the mountains. There's snow, and it's nice and peaceful and calm. We might go for a wellness trip, and it's really nice, really comfy. But when it's down in the cities, like in the major cities, the snow is everywhere, but there's lots of traffic, so that turns into slush and mud, and then it gets uncomfortable and slippery because a lot of people are walking on the sidewalks, and then it gets pounded down, and you get like a really slippery situation on the concrete, and you try to cross the street, and it gets a little dodgy, and it's really it's a hassle. And then it gets muddy, and it's dirty, and it's uncomfortable to walk around the city, especially if you're just going for errands. So uh Yeah, I don't really like the snow in the cities. Yeah, but when it's up in when it's in the mountains, or when you know you're going for a snow like trip, like if you're going for a ski trip or something like that, and you know that there's going to be snow, it's always different, right? So you know that you're gonna just enjoy it for what it is. But down in the city, I can't stand it. But as long as we're still having this late last warm weather of the season, I think people should go out and enjoy it. I know that there's um lots of events going on, like late summer events, early autumn events. Yeah, man. So it's a good time. Yeah, nothing special in the articles. Let's look at a few articles. I think in the articles, there's a really kind of an interesting article that really caught my eye. Is that is that which I didn't know but Czech Republic actually pioneered the advancement of cashless payments. So, for example, you can contactless payments. You pay by credit card without having to, have cash in your wallet. They actually pioneered it, but I don't know. I still have this kind of romantic sentiment about cash, meaning like, you go to a restaurant, to a bar, you like, look, you put a some banknotes down on the bar, and you get a couple drinks, you get the change, and you get that personal human interaction when people give you the cash, you get the cash, you give people the cash, the person gives you the cash back, and it's always nice. You put your hand in your pocket, and you come up with like, 5 or 6 banknotes, and you're really rolling high, and you want to just go out on the town and have a good time, and that cash just kind of gives you that extra little. I don't know about it if it's for you, but for me, it gives me that little extra, like, confidence in my step that, yeah, I got some money. I have some money to actually enjoy the day, some walking around, cash spending money, and or money that I can spend, and play with, and for that day. And it's really kind of, I like that human interaction, even though it's might seem insignificant, it's really you get that in like little bit of personal interaction when you're dealing when you're paying with the contactless credit card. Of course, I mean, it's real easy, real simple, convenient. You just put the card on the machine, reads it, bam, takes your money from the account, and you get to pay and you get to walk off with your items, no problem. Yeah, that's also a good way to go. But I don't know, I still have this, like, kind of, I like to romanticize cash for some reason. I like it. And yeah, I mean, and of course, I get it. Some companies, they say, the article was saying, that some of the reasons why, and I understand this because the machines that you have to use to swipe your card or to scan your card, those are not free for the companies, and a lot of people know this, of course, but they're not free for the if you didn't know, it's not free for the company to have those machines. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the bank either loans them or leases them for a fee. you know I don't know if they lease them, or I don't know if they rent them, but I know it's for a fee, and those fees can get kind of expensive if, for example, your company can't make enough money to help pay for that cost of keeping that machine around. So it puts stress on the company to have it, and it actually gets quite expensive. It might not be beneficial for the company to have that machine to keep paying the bank commission, or or a fee on that machine. So what companies would like to do is just keep it in cash, right? You get the cash, you get the cash, you get the receipt for the payment in cash, you get your change, and you go about your day and get your items. I think it's a cost benefit thing for that, especially a small business. If you're a small business, you wouldn't have enough, you know, cash flow to be able to uh, keep up with the demands of paying a monthly fee to have that machine, especially if you're a high end boutique or something where you don't get enough like walk in customers to your brick and mortar shop, right? So you know, and I think another thing that's wrong, or not wrong, but a thing that like might be hinders the company a little bit too, is I think if you pay by credit card or a debit card, and I don't think the transaction is instant, but people can let me know. But I don't think the company receives that money, that profit instantly. I think it has to go through a clearinghouse and a bank clearinghouse and through different systems, and then it gets into, finally into your bank account at the end of the day. So I think, for some companies, it's not cost efficient to have it. So, so I don't know. I think it's a good thing to go contactless for some companies, right? Especially maybe if it's a pop-up company and you're in a crowded area and you know that you're just gonna get money, money, money really, really quick, or transactions really quickly. It'll make it much more convenient and saving time, rather and instead of having to count out cash and coins and all these things and give people their change. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, I think that's a uh I think it's we'll see how it pans out, but yeah. And another thing is, I said it last time on the podcast, but there's a big election coming up, it's a national election, not a local election. It's for the person to become the prime minister of the Czech Republic. Go out. I think people are wanting to go out and vote. I think go out and vote. Yeah. And yeah, I think they're gonna start having debates. I think next week they will be having. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen with the debates and with the um uh elections. Yeah, so I mean they're gonna be battling it out pretty soon. Okay, so let's look at yes, so no, nothing interesting going on in the news feed at the moment, but yeah, I mean it's kind of quiet, kind of being quiet at the moment. Not too much action is going on. I think people are just kind of transitioning to um, transitioning into the school year and getting the kids to school and getting into the fall kind of situation of getting people. People have cottages and getting them ready for the winter, and spending the last kind of few afternoons that I have this warm weather, and going into the cold weather. People are buying warmer clothes, and getting stocked up on wood, and for the heating, and at the moment, dude, it's ridiculous with the heating. I think it's doubled in price, depending on where you live, in which city that you live in. But the prices have just gone up and up and up. Czech Republic has been getting a lot more expensive the last few years, uh, unfortunately, because of this pandemic. And the reason why is because, or what I think is the reason why, is because people were not able to circulate enough money for the last year and a half, that the companies have to make up by raising their prices so that they can make their project profit margins. And then hopefully, after it all kind of clears out and goes away, cleans itself out, the prices will begin to lower again. But I doubt it. I think they'll just keep getting higher and higher. But yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, yeah. So getting a call here. So yeah. And we're back. That was a little bit of a break. We were having some technical issues, but we're back. And yeah, I mean, it's like we want to get coming into this last kind of summer holidays. We're just we want to just chill and relax and get ourselves ready for the winter. Mm, yeah, yeah. I've been drinking I've been drinking tea lately. I've been trying to get to my caffeine levels down. I mean, as far as coffee is concerned. Or no, I'm sorry. I should have said I'm trying to get my coffee consumption down. I used to drink I used to drink coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon, sometimes a coffee in the night, but I'm trying to just drink uh tea, mainly tea throughout the day. Not all day. For me, tea is very dehydrating after a while, that I have to drink water afterwards. But I'm trying to get myself to drink more tea, and the tea is tasting kind of good, but I have to brew it in a certain way so that it doesn't, get bitter or overbearing in flavor, man. Mm. Yeah, so right now I'm drinking English breakfast tea, and it's tasting really nicely. Yeah, and it's fitting because I'm drinking some tea out of my London mug, and which I bought for 99p, which was a great deal, and I still have it to this day. It's like 8 years ago I bought this mug. Mm, yeah. Oh yeah. So what is going on in the football world? I think the Mole Cup was this week. A couple of the big fish, a couple of the bigger teams. I think they went through. Let's look it up. I think Arta went through, Slavia went through. So we're on the website now. Let's look at it. hmm So yeah, it looks like let's look at the matches. So let's look at the matches. Yeah. So the big boys from Prague, they won. Slavia 4-2. And Sparta Praha, Sparta 3-0. Yeah. Ostrava 5-2. Who else have we? Yeah, Bohemians from Prague 4-0. So this is kind of the round where kind of the main teams in the first division, they kind of go through to the next round, and the big boys stay around this round. Let's see. So yeah, so that happened. Well, if you have a chance, let's see who's going to. Did they make a? I wonder if they put a in the quarterfinals. They did. They haven't had the draw for the quarterfinals yet. So it'd be interesting to see who plays in the next round. Yeah, and all those fans that are, football fans or. Mm, I wanted to ask I want to see when hockey season, are they playing hockey already? Is the hockey season going on? I haven't been able to get into hockey. I know hockey is one of the biggest sports or most popular sport in the Czech Republic, but I just can't get on board with it because I'm more of a football guy. So I like football. It interests me a lot for the game. I like the game for what it is, and yeah, I can't really. I like hockey, but I'm just not into it as much as like some of the other fans, and so I want to know if they're playing, man. Yeah, and Slavia has been playing really nice football. Sparta has been playing nice football over the past few weeks, and yeah, I mean it's getting into that kind of crunch zone before the winter break. It's going to be interesting how the next matches come up. Yeah. So yeah, so I think I said what I had to say today, and I hope that I'll catch you in the next one. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. If you have any questions or you want any topics to be discussed, please don't be afraid to leave comments down below. Yeah, so again, this is the newest English podcast in the Czech Republic. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, man, this is a great podcast to just go and share my thoughts with you, and hopefully get a little information from it. Um, yeah, what I do, like I said, this podcast is completely unscripted. I just hit go live and talk off the cuff from my heart, whatever pops up into my head. um Whatever. So if you want something that's more specific or more centered on a certain type of topic, I'm open to talking about any types of topics, like for example books. If you're a book person, I like to talk about the books that I've read. If you like to discuss any of the books that you read and have a conversation, come on to the podcast. We can have a conversation. If you like to talk about politics, come on, jump onto the podcast. We can talk politics. We could talk world politics. We could talk uh, Czech politics, whatever you like. As long as we keep it civil, I think we have kind of lost, in some cases, civility when we're having public discourse. But if you're willing to be civil and come onto the podcast, onto the platform, we can have a discussion. If you're one of those people that are like into I don't like this term. I don't like to use the term because it's dismissive, but I'll use it in the sense that if you're one of these people that are into alternative theory, no, that's it, alternative theories, keep it uh into that zone, alternative theories about certain things and events that's happened around the world. Come on. We can have a discussion. Um yeah, I mean that's it for this podcast. I think we'll wrap it up here. Always good to talk to. Once again, thank you for listening, and yeah, we'll catch you in another episode of the State of Emergency podcast. Peace.